Hi, I'm Jonathan Knight, and this is B-Movie Madness. The movie I'm going to talk about tonight, well, I'm going to talk about one of the two new releases from SOVHorror.com. And it is the one, the only, the legendary 1989 shot-on-video classic, Bloody Red Lips of Blood. Now, what is Bloody Red Lips of Blood about? Well, it's about two hot lesbian vampires are picking up their victims at a local rock club and having a bloody good time. Meanwhile, Professor Bartell is mourning the mysterious death of his daughter. Bugging local detectives about the case, he may be angry about their lack of progress. But is he really a mad scientist? Check out this deliciously sleazy shot on video gem from the Warlock Home Video Vault to find out. As it said on the back here, as I just read, this was distributed by Warlock Home Video. If you've been watching my channel for a little while, back in May, I reviewed 6 of the Warlock Home Video titles. Warlock was started by Chris Seaver, and he ended up distributing a couple of films that he did not direct personally. Merrick Hill, which I reviewed, I think, back in August. He distributed that one, and he distributed this one, although I believe this one, actually, it says on the commentary, this one was actually shot in mind to be released by Warlock Home Video. So what did I think of Bloody Red Lips of Blood? First of all, look at that cover art. Bam! Fucking glare. Bam! That's a good cover art. It says, warning, viewer discretion. This film contains violence and nudity. You sold me. But what did I think of Bloody Red Lips of Blood? For the most part, I actually really enjoyed Bloody Red Lips of Blood. Take a shot every time I say that. Don't. You will kill yourself. I really enjoyed it for the most part. In particular, I really enjoyed the opening scene, which is one of the hot lesbian vampires picking up a victim, taking their shirts off, making out, and ultimately draining her of her blood. If you are a breast man, this movie has tons, and I mean tons of big boobs. A lot, trust me. This movie delivers on the boob part. There's some blood. And most of the blood is in the opening scene. It's the opening one is really bloody, and there's a reason for like a lack of blood throughout the rest of the movie. I'll get to it when I get to the commentary track. But for the most part, yeah, I had fun with it. The opening scene was awesome. There was lots of boobs, and I did like the professor story about him finding out what happened to his daughter. I thought the actor who played him, Tom Schafer, was actually very good. I was invested in that storyline. I wasn't quite thrilled with the outcome of it. I thought it was kind of underwhelming, the end of his story. But the epilogue, there's a 6 months later epilogue, which I thought was brought back the big-breasted lesbian vampire action. I really enjoyed that. I thought that end scene was a lot of fun. But I wish the professor story had a more satisfying outcome, considering this was shot quick, to be released by the Warlock Home Video line. I think he mentions they had to get it done quickly because Chris Seaver was gonna they're doing a convention thing and he was gonna have it available to buy there. But yeah, it's still like the acting is typical shot on video acting. Some of it's decent, some of it's bad. But like I said, Tom Schafer does a great job with his character Professor Bartell. There is some surprises in here. There is a giant mutated insect. They mentioned the mad scientist part. It's only one scene, but it's awesome because it comes out of nowhere. Spoiler, yeah, sorry. But and I thought the vampire things too that they show was actually surprisingly well done. Because when I've seen a lot of vampire movies where the vampire things look just so unbelievably ridiculous, but in here they look actually good. I think you can see a shot of them in the back there. Yeah, right there. Bam. Yeah, I thought they looked good. In fact, I thought the two main lesbian vampires were actually really a lot of fun as well. Tiffany Cameron, Sabrina Larvie, I'm probably pronouncing that horribly wrong. I forgot to mention this was directed by Joe Sherlock, which he's directed a shit ton of things. He just did, was it last year? Things 5. If you know the Things series, not the Canadian film, but the anthology film, I think from the 80s. They've done several sequels. He worked on Things 5. I think he's working on Things 6 too, he says on the commentary. He's credited as, like most Warlock titles, as Nigel Cheeseball, which is an amazing name. And like most Warlock titles, this is only 50 minutes long. It's short. This is the one, and I think I mentioned it with the other Warlock titles, where I wanted like more of this. Um, I could have went for like a 75-minute version of this, and may have helped the Professor story have a better outcome, at least to me. But at the same time, you know, it's 50 minutes and it's quick. It's harmless fun. Um, and when you want more of something, that's usually a good thing. In this case, me wanting more of this movie is a really good thing because I really wanted more of it because I enjoyed what I saw, especially the lesbian vampire action. And I wanted to mention about the lesbian vampires. One thing I really, really appreciated um, is that all the women in this movie look like real women. And what I mean by that is they didn't look like models or porn stars. They looked like legitimately real women who, I think are, for the most part, beautiful, and their breasts are big, which is what you needed for the movie. But I thought I liked that part of it. Some people might not like that part of it. Fooey on them. I appreciated it, and I'm really glad that Joe, did that. And they're willing to, some people are not willing to get naked on a movie. So you take what you can get. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought the women themselves were beautiful, and did a decent job. They had to do some crazy things, especially that opening shower scene. But yeah, for the most part, I did enjoy Bloody Red Lips of Blood. Take that shot. Don't. But as for the special features, there is a director's audio commentary by Joe Sherlock. He goes into detail about how this movie was made. I believe he said some actors quit and they had to fill, someone else had to come in. He talks about the reason the epilogue at the end exists is because the movie came up short, so he wanted to beef it up a little bit. He talks about his own acting role in the movie. He talks about the actresses. He talks about a lot of things, and he also, unfortunately, for because I like the guy's acting in the movie, Tom Schafer, who played the professor, passed away in 2019. Very sad to hear. This movie is actually shot in 2012. It's not 1989, but it's disappointing to hear. I thought he did a good job. There is an alternate censored version hosted by 8-Ball Amy. This is what it says. It's a censored version of the movie that has a horror host. And I believe she's played by Alexandra Paris, who was also in the movie itself. As for what I suggest watching the censored version over the uncensored, oh hell no. This is a very fun extra, but it is not going to be your go-to when you watch the movie. You're going to want to watch it because there's all the blood and boobs are gone. But it's a fun extra, and I like whenever they include alternate cuts of a movie on a DVD. I think that's fun. There is there's interviews with Joe Sherlock and Alexander Paris. It's just they talk about the production of the movie. But if you want more detail about the production with Joe Sherlock, listen to the audio commentary. But it's a really good video interview. There is some bonus shorts that are a lot of fun. The Channel 12 movie uncut. There's a movie within a movie that looked like a lot of fun, and this is like the uncut version. That way you can see the whole thing and not inside the movie. There's a blooper reel that's a lot of fun. Behind the scenes still gallery. I always like seeing behind the scenes pictures. I think them are always interesting to see inside of a SOV production. SOVhorror.com trailer vault. And this is on all the SOVhorror.com releases. It's trailers for the other movies. There's also the one for SOV, the True Independence documentary web series, which I watched it every time I see it because it's a really good trailer. And there's also an alternate Warlock home video art. So I'm going to show you that now. This is the art that Warlock home video used back in 2012. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? That's a really cool art. And there's the disc art right there. Very, very cool. Now, if you're wondering where can I pick up this rad movie, you can pick it up at SOVhorror.com along with tons of other awesome SOV horror movies. I got another one. I got a whole bunch of them coming up. The other one, this is a September release. I'm reviewing it a little late. The other September release I'll be reviewing it this week. I gotta watch it and then review it. But I'll be reviewing that very soon. I got some October releases that I got to do, and then some in November. So I got a lot of SOV, crazy SOV stuff coming up, and I cannot wait. But yes, SOVhorror.com if you want to pick up this. I'm not wearing my SOVhorror.com t-shirt because I'm really, really behind on my laundry. But if you see my other reviews, you know what it looks like. If you want to pick that up, I'll have a direct link to that below. You can get coffee cups, you can get posters, you can get stickers. Awesome stuff. But for now, I'm Jonathan Knight. This is B Movie Madness. Thanks for watching.